All right, welcome back, guys. Thank you for waiting on this beautiful Sunday for another video. This time is going to be on how to use Pinescript, the basics of using Pinescript code on Tradingview's platform. Now, Pinescript allows you to create special indicators and strategies, backtest strategies, as well as create your own alerts on their charts. I find it extremely helpful with my trading, my algo trading. It kind of keeps me alert to things that I potentially can't see when my scripts are running. And now you can automate it as well. A lot of Forex platforms are using it too. So now you can actually decide to use TradingView over MetaTrader 5 if you decide to. And the great thing about Pinescript is that it's heavily influenced by simple programming languages like Python and JavaScript. So you're going to see once we get in there that it's actually really easy to write this script. And that's what makes it even more powerful, along with the back testing and alerts. Now, before we get started, in order to use Pinescript, unfortunately, this is the one warning. You need to sign up for a pro account, a pro plus, or premium account with TradingView. Monthly, I actually do the pro account, the $14.95 a month, and you can upgrade from there as well too. This is the only way you can use Pinescript. I know it's a bummer; it's not free, but for me, I see the immense value in it. I can backtest my strategies. I can set alerts. I can create my own custom alerts. I can create my own custom indicators. I see the tremendous amount of value in Pinescript and TradingView, so I pay it. But I'm not telling you to pay it. If it's too much money for you, by all means, you can hop off of the video. It's okay. But if you want to test it out as well too, I think they have a 30-day free trial, so you can test it out for 30 days. If it's something that's of value to you, you can keep going with it. If not, you can put it to the back. But I definitely see the value in it. That's just, again, my personal opinion. All right. So now let me show you how to get into Pinescript editor so you can actually start writing some script. So we're going to write a very simple script today. All right. So you go to tradingview.com, click on products, go to super charts. Give it a minute. There we go. Our chart is here. Give it a minute, it's loading. And Euro USD. All right. You go down here where it says Pine Editor. You click Pine Editor. All right. So give me a minute. It's loading. All right. I'm going to click open. Now from open, you can create new files here. You can create an indicator file, a strategy file, or you go through a library. We're going to create a simple strategy. It's going to be similar to the MetaTrader 5 SMA crossover script that we created in the last YouTube video. So we're going to just do that. Create a strategy. We're going to call it SMA price cross. Right. Oh, so let me get rid of that. Supposed to be a blank screen. Sorry. All right. Cool. Call SMA price cross. Cool. Now, one thing you need to have is you need to have the double slash at version equals 5. You have to have this here. Now, please note that when you do double slash, just like in MQL5, this is a common syntax for a comment, which we're going to use a lot. But when you have the at version 5, you need this. Your code will not run. You will have compilation issues. Please make sure you have this at the top of your script, all right? Next, we need to call strategy because this is a strategy. And that's going to be, we got to give it a name. The name is going to show up on the chart. So even though we named the file, SMA cross, price cross. But when it gets on the chart, we need to give it a name too. So we can just call it SMA cross. All right. Next thing, if we want this to manipulate the chart, like to actually show some of the data on the chart, we would have to put overlay, but you can see it actually is telling you right here. So there's a bunch of other parameters that you can put into the strategy call, but we're just going to use overlay for right now. Overlay, and then we got to put it equal to true. And that's just going to mean once we run this script, it's going to show it on the chart for us. So it makes it a lot easier. All right. Let's go. Okay, let's call the indicator now. So I'm putting a comment for the indicator. So we're just going to call the SMA indicator. We're going to create a variable called SMA. And this is where we call the indicator class. So we use TA dot. So TA stands for TA is a library that you can call indicators with Pinescript. So you could just say TA and SMA. You could also say TA.EMA. Yeah, they have all technical indicators here. TA Pinescript. I'm actually trying to pull up the documentation. I'm going to have this link below in the description. So Pinescript, there's a whole reference manual. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it already too. But it goes through most of this. It's kind of loading right now. But yeah, it'll be linked below, so don't worry about it. All right, so ta.sma. And now it's asking for the source. So the first source is where is it going to get its price data? We're going to use close, which is going to be the close price values. And now the length, meaning the length of days. So there's many SMA indicators. There's a 20-day one, there's a 50-day one, there's a 100-day, there's 200. There's as many days you want it to be. So we want to make this a short-term strategy. So we can do 10. You can always change it later. You can make it 20. You can make it whatever you want it to be. Here's a reference. So I'm going to put TA. Okay, there we go. So let's see if it has it here. Sorry, I know we did like TA.SMA. There we go. There we go. So this is a simple SMA indicator. So you can kind of read through the documentation here. We are on version 5 as shown right here. That's why we have to put version 5, but they have the other versions as well too. But you can go through here if you want to see the other ones like the EMA indicator. So here as well too. All right, now back to what we're doing. So we're doing the 10-day simple moving average. All right. Now let's set up, let me show you. Let's set up the buy and sell. Buy, sell signals. All right, so we're going to create a variable called buy, and we're going to have that equal TA. Now this is where we call the TA library again, but this time we're going to call cross over and cross under. All right, so it's just allowing us to establish a cross. So it's great that they actually have a library for you to create the crossover, cross under, as opposed to MetaTrader 5, where we actually had to explain what a crossover looks like, where previous price was below one indicator, then the new price was above it. So like this time, they'd already have a library that already figures that out for you. So it takes away the headaches. All right. So what are we looking for crossover? So what needs to go over the other one? So we need price to go over the SMA for that to be considered a buy, right? So for price, we're just going to call, for price, the first parameter, we're going to call it the close, and that's going to be the close value. Sorry, I just got an index, or I just got an alert. That's the beauty. I created that custom alert a while ago. So that's great to have there. So we're saying the first value needs to cross the second value. So the close price needs to go above the SMA to be considered a buy. All right. And we can actually copy this. And we can do crossover and switch SMA here and then close there. Or we can just literally change this to cross under, and it literally does the same thing, but it's just the reverse. And this could be a sell. Or like I said, if you want, you could just do crossover and just switch SMA here and then close here. It's up to you. You can do that, or you can do sell equals TA dot cross over, and it could be SMA close. Neither one of them are wrong. Both of them are right in this instance. So Now we can just do the if else statements like in the MQL5. So if by, and that's referring to the variable right there, if by and this is true. Great thing is that we could just go below it. We don't need to actually have any brackets or anything like that. So this is where we call strategy dot entry. And this is where we will label it by, because it's going to show up on the chart. If you ever seen my other signals that I actually share, go to my Algo World Discord to see how that one's set up. That one's a little bit more intuitive than this, but if you've seen it, it has buys and sells all over the chart. That's how you actually do it, by actually putting it in strategy to entry. All right, and we call that strategy dot long. It's a long strategy. And we can leave it like that. And we can literally just copy this, paste it, and put if. Sell, strategy, that entry, sell. And this, instead of being a long strategy, it is actually a short strategy. It's a short. All right. Let me put a comment here. Strategy entry. She spelled that wrong. Cool. And lastly, we just want to plot it. So this is where we would plot the SMA values. SMA. So put plot SMA, and then you can change the color to show it a little bit more brighter. So we go color equals color dot, and you could choose any of these colors here. Any color you think of. I'm going to choose green. All right, and from there we have to click save, and that kind of compiles it. It's compiling right now. It was saved, and simply add to chart. Just click add to chart. Give it a minute. There we go. See, look at all the entries and exits. Look at this shit. Let me see. Let me go to something a little bit. Actually, it's probably gonna still be the same thing. So let me go to spy. And it's gonna add it there too. Give it a minute. And if you see it here, it's like, if you see here, go back to the Pinescript better. Remember when I said when it shows up on the chart, you're gonna have the name there. So it says SMA cross. That's why it says SMA cross right here. If you want to turn it off, you can click hide here and it will remove it. It will just like hide it. Then you could, reactivate it. Now the great thing is, once you create your strategy with Pinescript, you can go to strategy tester. You go to strategy tester and it will tell you how profitable it is. It's 30.34%. It's really not that profitable. The strategy, again, is very simple. It's just supposed to get you guys accustomed to it. But if you want to build some more profitable ones, definitely run them and go to strategy tester to see how profitable you are. They will also even tell you, like, based on certain time frames, like if it's more profitable in one time frame, like the hour chart, it's more profitable. Nope. Again, this is a very simple script, so I didn't expect it to be profitable at all. But you see, it just has a bunch of entries and exits here, which is pretty cool because then it will show you like the entries and exits. Let me see if I'm going to share with you guys. I'm not going to show you the script because it's like one of my babies, but I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones, crossover. Let me show you one of my babies. And this is the one I'm using for US 30. It's 1 minute chart. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute chart. Is it the correct one? 1 hour chart. Okay, there we go. So you see it starts to get more profitable as we extend the timeline. You see this one in the hour chart is actually very, very profitable. This is my crossover strategy. I share in Algo World. If you want to check that out, join Algo World. It has a lot more detail than the other one that we created, and that's why it's actually a lot better. It's a lot better as we extend the timelines. And I have like a bunch of other ones here too, but yeah, that's why it even looks cleaner as well too. So if you want to watch it, if you want to learn how to build that, definitely join Algo World and see it there. But that's the basics of how to build a Pinescript script. Really simple, really easy. Like I said, it's like basic Python and JavaScript mixed together. Really easy, and you could test the strategies out. Probably gonna show you how to do alerts later on, but this is the simple way. Now, if you want to learn how to create some more advanced scripts like this one, definitely join Algo World. It's going to also be linked below. Documentation for Pinescript is going to be linked below. Link for Tradingview is going to be linked below. Everything's going to be linked below. So if you need to learn any of this, it's there. Definitely play around with this, see what you can create, and just have fun with it. And definitely look into adding this into your algo trading toolbox. All right. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.